6 Capitol Police officers have been suspended and 29 others are currently under investigation for their conduct during the violent insurrection in Washington, D.C. on January 6. Officials have announced the suspensions and investigations come as part of an internal probe at the Capitol Police Department, under the direction of Acting Chief Yogananda Pitt. Among those suspended is a cop who was filmed posing for selfies with rioters inside the Capitol. Tim Ryan, a Democrat from Ohio, previously confirmed. Also suspended, Lieutenant Tariq Khalid Johnson, 45, who was seen wearing a red Make America Great Again hat as he started directing rioters around the building. Our Office of Professional Responsibility is investigating the actions of 35 police officers from that day. We currently have suspended 6 of those officers with pay, Department spokesperson John Stolney's told Fox. Acting Chief Yogananda Pittman has directed that any member of her department whose behavior is not in keeping with the department's rules of conduct will face appropriate discipline. Scroll down for video news of the internal investigation's progress comes more than a month after thousands of Trump supporters descended on the Capitol in a bid to prevent Congress from certifying the results of the 2020. 5 people died, including 1 Capitol Police officer, Brian Sicknick, who was bludgeoned with a fire. In the riot's wake, video footage emerged in abundance on social media that raised questions about the actions of numerous officers. In some instances, police were seen standing motionless in a doorway as rioters streamed past them into the Cap. In other instances, officers were even seen opening up barricades and physically waving the mob. Share this article. Share further. At least 2 rioters have since told the FBI a Capitol Police officer told them it's your house now, as the insurrection unfolded. While wearing a red MAGA cap, he then proceeded to follow the group in a procession around. Despite his suspension, Johnson has claimed he chose to wear the hat to get the attention of the rioters, and distract the crowd surging toward an open door. As the officer waded into the frenzied group, he became surrounded, giving other police officers the chance to shut the doors behind him. Reporter Chris Jones, who recorded the incident, told Military.com. In the weeks since January 6, the Capitol Police Department has come under fierce criticism for failing to adequately prepare for the riot. The FBI has also been widely panned for failing to take preemptive action to identify and thwart threats ahead of the unrest, despite plenty of. Last month, Acting Chief Yogananda Pittman said the department has been actively reviewing video and other open-source materials of some USCP officers and officials that appear to be in violation of department regulations and policies. But the suspensions and investigations come at a time of turmoil within the department. Just last week, the Capitol Police Union delivered an overwhelming vote of no confidence in their leaders, in light of January 6. Pittman, the first woman and the first African American to preside over the force, was roundly condemned for her lead. She took over 2 days after the riots, on January 8, when her predecessor Stephen Sund was forced to resign. Nevertheless, 92% of union members voted that they did not have any confidence in her. Deputy, Chad Thomas, who joined the force in 1996, fared even worse, with a 96% no confidence rating. Worst rated was Captain Ben Smith, who 97% said they felt failed by. About 650 officers, out of about 1,500 who could have, took part in a statement released on Saturday, Pittman said the trauma is still incredibly raw and difficult for the many officers who fought heroically. She added, since being sworn in on January 8, my executive team and I have made the well-being of our officers our top priority. While progress has been made, more work remains. And I am committed to ensuring every officer gets what they need. At least 31 officers in law enforcement agencies across 12 states are also currently being investigated over their suspected role in the riots, having traveled to D.C. while off. Most of the officers have not been publicly identified, only a few have been. Some were identified by online sleuths. Others were reported by their colleagues or turned. Among them are 1 officer in New York, 1 in Philadelphia, 2 in Seattle, 2 in Virginia and 1 in an Oklahoma sheriff and a New Hampshire police chief who have acknowledged being at the rally, but denied entering the Capitol or breaking the law, are also Sergeant Thomas Robertson and Officer Jacob Fracker, of Rocky Mount, Virginia, face criminal charges after posting a photo of themselves inside the Capitol door. According to court records, Robertson wrote on social media that the left are just mad because we actually attacked the government, who is the problem. The right in one day took the effing U.S. Capitol. Keep poking us. Federal law enforcement officials have also arrested and charged more than 250 suspected rioters, with investigators still hunting down hundreds. Former President Donald Trump was impeached for a second time after the attack and was accused of inciting the violence that occurred at the Capitol. He was acquitted of inciting insurrection by the Senate last